Hello there. Today I'm going to show a demo of the latest software update that I have. This is for software I've been creating for the University of Colorado School of Medicine Department of Spine Orthopedics. And the general idea of the software has been to extract anatomical surfaces from medical imaging data. So for this particular demo, I'm going to extract two surfaces, the inferior facet and the superior facet on, this is a patient's, I believe, the L4 on their left side here. So I'm going to extract again two separate surfaces, the one on the outside here and the one on the inside. So it's straightforward. This is this is unique to Slicer. It's not my software, but you essentially go in with this tool and pick out the points that apply to each surface. And so first I'm going to zoom in really as close as I can, and then center, maybe adjust some of the contrast here to make it a little easier to pull out. Now that looks good. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just label these points here. So I'm going to choose this. I just want to choose individual pixels on the screen. So I want to choose pixel mode. This label is fine as long as we know what it is. So I'm just going to go and select points along its surface here. And then I'm going to move superior. And it doesn't necessarily matter how many points you do. It's more that you capture the surface, the curvature of the surface, more than anything. They don't have to be spaced at any particular equal spacing, but of course the closer the better as far as how this line is going to turn out, and we'll see that in the end. So we keep going a little further, and this facet spacing, joint spaces collapsed a bit on this patient. And a little further. The last little bit. And that's enough with the inferior facet. Now let's go back and sketch the superior facet. So we'll start with a new label, and it will be the same process. So I will quickly go through this. And like I said before, I'm going to just go back. Like I said before, you can make as many points per slice as you want. The more, the better quality, if you will, of the surface. But if it's straight like these facet joints, it doesn't particularly matter as much. These gaps will be filled in appropriately. And the last one, and that should work. Okay, so we have points for each slice corresponding to each facet. So the next thing we want to go is we want to make surfaces out of these points. So we want to fill in the surfaces. So first thing we choose our label map, which is what we had before. This is essentially they hold the physical location of each point on the labels. So we need, that's the label volume we want. Label mesh 1, if you recall, corresponds to the green. And so what we're going to do is then create a model. Very simple. There's options. I'll go through that in another video, but let's just, for the sake of this demo, start here. And before I create it, I'm going to go into my three-dimensional view here, and I want to be able to view the slice here. So let's create it. So I've chosen the label map that I want to choose. So this corresponds to those pixels we were clicking, and then this 1 corresponds to those green or the inferior facet joint. And we're going to create the model. It's all done. We zoom in, you see a gray model, and if we did it right, which it looks pretty good, it overlaps pretty good along these lines. Okay, and I'll color it, make sure it's distinct from the other one. So this is green, we'll make it green. That's good. And then let's just quickly do the other one. Pretty easy. We want to create a new model for this. And then we clicked it. Pretty basic again. Now there's, as you can see, there's some flat lines, and that's because some of the top and bottom slices were fairly sparsely populated. Let's just do that. So you have these two surfaces here, and for the most part it looks like they have been approximated fairly well. And we'll keep going. Okay, so in the next video I'll show you a little more what's under the hood and some of these options here, but for now that's the general idea, and thanks for watching.